Welcome to this week's 15-minute session on perfect posture. So this is the last little session of perfect posture in the three kind of series that I did for this month. And what I'm going to do here on our mats today is just take you through some poses where we're going to completely focus on tailbone all the way up through the crown of the head, drawing our shoulders down and back. Those two sort of main principles in the yoga poses themselves. So as we go through some pretty common yoga stretches, we'll just be reinforcing and practicing finding the length in the spine and the openness across the chest as we go through. So we're going to start seated here. I'm sitting up on a pillow today. You can sit up however helps you. To sit on the sit bones, remember, think of that pelvic bowl as our base. So the pubic bone, the tailbone, the sit bones, and the hips. Try to find the drawing of your energy, so that upward flow of energy from the tailbone, working your way all the way up the spine and out the crown of the head. Let's take a few breaths here. Try to relax your shoulders down away from your ears. If you feel better turning palms up, then go ahead and do that. Try to release any tension you have in your jaw or bring some awareness to the tension in the jaw. If that means opening and closing your mouth a couple times, then go ahead and do that. Then when you're ready, we're going to bring our hands to the center of our chest, just going through a little bit of breathing here just to get some length and lift. So inhale, reach all the way up. Draw your rib cage up as you go, and then exhale, press down through heart center. Twice more. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more. Inhale up. Exhale. All the way down. Great. Let's keep our seat exactly as it is. Right hand is going to reach up, and then just a little side stretch across the body. So the left fingertips can touch down if that feels good. I just want you to take a deep breath in, look underneath the shoulder, and then come all the way up here, and we'll go to the other side. So left arm up, right hand can touch the mat if that's helpful, reaching all the way over, length through the fingertips. Looking underneath the shoulder. Good. And then come all the way back to the top. So feet are going to come out in front of us just for a second here. Bring the right heel in closer to the left butt cheek. And we'll just keep the left foot forward. There is a little more advanced position here where you'll take the left foot over to the right side. You can certainly do this if you can stay fairly square in the pelvis and not have to really lift your left cheek to maintain that seat. So I want you just to hold on to the shin for a second. Close your eyes. Imagine a string from the crown of the head to the ceiling. Really lengthen as tall as you can. And then we're going to keep a hold of this left shin and just take right fingertips behind us, coming into a twist. Just gazing over towards the left wall. Find a little rhythm with your breath. So lengthen as you inhale. And as you exhale, try to soften the rib cage. Again, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, relax. And then unwind towards the front. Switch sides. Left heel in, right foot forward. Again, if you're a little more advanced, you can come all the way across, right foot to the outside of the left thigh. Sit tall, sit square. Okay, remember, epic focus on the spine today. Left hand's going to hold the shin. Right fingertips behind you. Inhale and lengthen. I've possibly mentioned it. Some of these classes run together for me, but I think about my spine as being like a pole. When I'm in a seated twist, I try to imagine that I'm twisting my rib cage around the spine. Just take one more breath. Good. Unwinding back towards the front. Let's bring our feet into bound angle or butterfly. Okay, hands are going to come to wherever you can hold. So remember, if you need the feet to be farther away, that's fine. Just try to touch the bottoms of the feet. Relax the knees open. Prop them if you need to. Sit really tall. You should feel like you're propped forward slightly here. Okay? If it's helpful, you can bounce the knees. Sometimes that helps to open up the hips or relax the hips a little bit. Sit as tall as you can. You can notice my arms are straight. Lots of space for the head, the neck, and the shoulders. And as we draw ourselves forward here, if you've been bouncing the legs, then just pause. Let your elbows come wide. Try to visualize like you're drawing the heart towards the toes, so stay really long through the spine. Try to find that little transfer of energy. So start by drawing the head away or lengthening your neck, and then see if you can sit deeply into the sit bone, so lengthening or encouraging the tailbone back behind you. It's tiny little subtle movements, but they all add up over time. Let's take one deep breath. Good. Come all the way back up here. So I'm going to turn sideways. I'm going to remove the pillow. If you need something propped under your hips, you can certainly continue to do that. I'm going to bring right foot to the inside of my leg and take the left leg extended forward. Okay, one hand to either side of your extended leg. Lengthen as you take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, fold from the creases of your hips. So again, it's that feeling of drawing the heart forward and keeping the back nice and lengthened. Just keep the gaze forward or even slightly down towards the front. What you want to avoid is looking down towards your tucked foot and causing your spine to round with it. And one more breath. Come all the way back up here to seated. Again, just quickly switching sides, keeping things really even. Awesome. One hand to either side. Sit really tall, proud across the chest. And when you're ready, walk the hands forward. So this is quite a tight stretch for a lot of people. Don't worry about how far forward you're going. That's where we have to just remember the non-competitiveness of yoga. Find your spot. Find where you can just feel a gentle sort of stretch or opening in the glute and the hamstring, and then bring the awareness and attention back to the spine. One more breath. Good job. Come all the way back up here. Okay, if it's comfortable for you to come onto the knees, then you can join me, just changing the position. If kneeling's not in your practice, then just pick a different seat. We're going to work on opening the chest here a little bit. So let's take the arms straight up. Okay, palms towards me. Spread your fingers as wide as you can. Okay, and then make fists like you're holding onto a bar, like you're a monkey hanging from a tree. As you start to bend the elbows, it's like we're doing a lat pull down, so you want to squeeze with the muscles of your back, have lots of energy here. Okay, radiate your heart or your chest forward. You can take the chin up if you want to. Good. Next breath, open the hands, spread the fingers again. Awesome, reach all the way up. Bring your spine into a nice tall line. Great job, let your arms come down beside you. Interlacing our hands behind our back. So I just want to show you quickly that when you interlace your hands, try to get them locked up nice and tight at the knuckles. I just often see people who sort of just link their fingers quite loosely, and that could cause more strain on the fingers than it does benefit to the rest. So I'm going to turn towards the back here just so you can see the full effect. So interlacing, okay? And then just draw the knuckles towards the floor behind you. Roll your shoulders together and back. Again, take your gaze up if that's okay. Opening across the chest. One more breath. Good. And release. Okay, we're going to stay here. One more chest opener. Reaching for opposite elbows. Now, if this is quite easy for you, you can also start by just grabbing wrists. Okay, if it's quite easy for you to sit here, you can try coming to a reverse prayer. So hands together, drawing your shoulders together behind you and broad across the front of the body. Take the gaze up the wall. One more breath. Good job, and release. Great job, you guys. So make our way onto hands and knees here. Okay, we're almost done. We're going to curl the toes under and lift up to a downward dog just momentarily. So just lift the hips up and back. When you're ready, inhale, right leg up, and then stepping forward between the hands. Once you're here, drop the left knee down. So we're going to come into half split. You can have blocks here if you need to. So half split, again, another pretty tight one. Sometimes I will in my classes say to just relax your back when we're focusing on just sort of surviving the stretch of the hamstrings and the glutes. For the purpose of our posture, let's practice sitting the tailbone back and lengthening the crown of the head up and away. So again, key here is to try and fold from this hip crease. Try to find this gentle switch of direction. So where you're drawing the hip crease back and you're lengthening the head forward. Lengthen the spine. One more breath. Good job. Come all the way forward. Step it back to downward dog. Other side, so left heel is going to lift and then step forward. Drop your right knee, come back, half split. Again, try to lengthen the spine. So drawing the hips back, drawing the heart and the head forward. Great job, everybody. One more breath. Good. Come forward. Step back to downward dog. And then slowly make your way down onto your knees. And then all the way down onto the belly. So this is sort of another way to open the chest, which, as you've learned, is really important when we're dealing with the posture. So we're going to start by extending the right hand out beside us. You can have it either in sort of a cactus or straight to the side. Left hand is coming beside my left shoulder. I'm going to roll onto my right side. Lots of variations here. You can stack. You can take your hand behind your back. You can also take top leg and plant it. Take one more breath. Slowly coming onto our bellies. Over to the other side. So extend the left arm or bend at the elbow. Right hand's going to plant. Use that strength to roll to the side. Pick your variation here. Good job. One more breath. All the way to the belly. Hands under the shoulders. Let's just send our hips back. You can either take a little counter stretch in puppy pose or all the way back to child's pose if you would like. If you're in child's pose, let's work at lengthening the fingertips forward. Stretching all those muscles down either side of the back that support the structure of the spine. Try to get as long as you can from the right fingertips to the right hip, the left fingertips to the left hip. Just breathe into the tightness. One more breath. Great job. Okay, my friends, coming all the way back to seated. This has flown by for me. Let's take a nice seated position. So again, just bringing ourselves back to where we started. Okay, relax your hands or take your hands. You guys have practiced enough. You probably have sort of a favorite position to be in. Quick visualization, just zipping our spine up to close out our perfect posture session. So sitting as tall as you can here. Imagine that zipper starting at the tailbone and see if in your mind you can feel as you track that zipper up the back, coming over each section and adjusting yourself as you visualize each section. You're trying to stack your body as tall as you can, and as you feel the zipper come up or imagine the zipper drop, think about that engagement as we draw the strength of our muscles inward as well, just like the closing of a zipper. Keep going with that visualization all the way up the back of the neck and the back side of your head. Feel yourself adjust the chin. And then when you're done, just take a second here. A deep breath, stacking head over heart, heart over hips. Feel supported through your core. Open across the chest. Lots of space to breathe and move and sit nice and tall. Hands are going to come to heart center. Thank you for joining me. We'll close our class taking thumbs to forehead, kind thoughts, to mouth, kind words, and chest, kind hearts. Namaste.